You have your hand up.
Thank you, President. I've been dying to contribute to the salary discussion. So as you know, with the win of my Supreme Court case, I received very detailed budget information about all of the salaries, including all of the FTEs. So I know that our budget system tracks every FTE so that all it is a question into the system, how many FTEs do we have on salary? So that report should be given to you instantly. Now, there are a number of things.
I'm going to interrupt you there. So we have requested it. Mr. Stokinger has agreed to work on that information and present it to us by our meeting on December 8th.
I could give it to you for this current year.
I'd rather it come from the administration.
Yeah, okay. I just want you to know that I have detailed budget information for every single salary position in the school, and I got it through a Supreme Court victory. You should have this information this year for the budget year. There are a number of factors that go into the salary that I haven't heard discussed here yet. There are the new positions, which Mrs. Delfino mentioned, with $132,000. There's the contractual increases to the teacher's contract that was passed last March, well, this March, for this current year. And we know what that is according to what was on the warrant article, under $700,000. And then there is the normal regular step increases in the teacher's contract. So you know that every year, as a teacher progresses in experience, they get a standard raise, so they go from one step to the next step.
Mrs. Green, I don't want to be rude, I'm going to interrupt you. We're going down a road that I don't think the Budget Committee is ready to talk about because we don't have the data.
This is critical, Mr. Dube. Just listen to my point I'm making, and then you
I'm
can...
going to give you a few more minutes.
Now, the steps are automatic, but when you lose mature teachers, which we've been doing, we've been losing a lot of mature teachers. So we've lost at least 40. So we've lost 40 mature teachers, and we're going to be replacing them with teachers lower on the step scale. So that means that in the year you're budgeting for, the increases for the teacher's salary is actually going to be a lot less than you would have had those mature teachers stayed, probably.
Okay.
Some of them are stepped out. Some of them are stepped out. But I want you to understand
Mrs. Green,
that there is a way of hiding money in the salaries. You're not letting me make my point.
I've given you time.
The point is,
Mrs. Green.
you're not understanding my point, Mr. Dube. Could you just, this is a difficult point. Could I just finish?
No. We're here to discuss a set agenda topics with the school board. I gave you the floor to bring up a point that you'd been waiting to talk about. It's not something that the committee's ready to discuss because we don't have the data in front of us. I allowed you to continue. We need to move on to talk about the topics that you're here to discuss this evening.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dube. You represent me so well. Thank you.
Okay. And I had informed other members on the committee that I'm not going to tolerate behaviors that are not becoming for a meeting like this. Okay? And I'm going to issue it to everyone now. We're going to be respectful here. I don't have the time, the tolerance, or the patience for condescending remarks, for belittling behavior. This is a professional meeting. We'll conduct it as such. If there's an outbreak, if there's disrespect or immaturity, I'm going to call for an immediate adjournment. We don't have time for this. There's important business to discuss. Your point is valid. I don't dispute that. I appreciate you wanting to bring it to us. We're not ready to discuss it at this time. With that said, thank you, school board members, for being here. I'll recognize